68 million customers a day, 38,000 restaurants, 100 countries, $220 billion. And behind every burger is a real estate empire worth over $30 billion. But back in 1954, this was all just one single restaurant in California. And the man the entire world knows as its founder wasn't the founder at all. If my competitor is drowning, I'll stick a hose in his mouth. This is the story of how an ordinary, 52-year-old milkshake mixer salesman created one of the most successful and ruthless business empires in the world, and about who really paid the price for those golden arches. Have you ever stopped to think why the company is called McDonald's if the man credited with creating it is named Ray Kroc? The story begins with two brothers, Richard and Morris McDonald, who opened a small roadside restaurant in San Bernardino, California, in 1940. In 1948, they revolutionized the food service industry. Closing their restaurant for 3 months, the brothers completely re-engineered the process. Instead of a traditional menu with 25 items, they left only 9. Instead of porcelain dishes, they used paper bags. Instead of waitresses, they had self-service. They created the Speedy Service System, the world's first fast food assembly line, which is now known as fast food. But here's the thing. The McDonald brothers weren't interested in global expansion. They were happy with their successful restaurant, which was making $100,000 a year, a huge amount of money for the time. Unlike Ray Kroc, who saw their idea as an opportunity to build an empire. In 1954, 52-year-old Ray Kroc was just a salesman of milkshake mixers, dealing with diabetes and arthritis. He had years of failure behind him, and just a modest pension to look forward to. But one day, a small restaurant ordered 8 mixers from him at once. Intrigued, Kroc drove to San Bernardino and was stunned. The brothers' restaurant was serving 145 customers an hour instead of the usual 20. I don't know what drives other people, but I can't stop until I have it all. In 1955, Kroc signed a contract with the brothers to sell franchises. The terms? He would get 1.9% of sales, of which 0.5% went to the McDonald brothers. Here's a shocking fact. When Kroc later bought the company for $2.7 million, he gave the brothers a verbal promise to continue paying them that 0.5% of the entire chain's revenue. If he had kept that promise, today the brothers' heirs would be receiving over $100 million every single year. Few people know this, but Kroc's real fortune wasn't made on burgers. His financial director, Harry Sonnenborn, came up with a brilliant scheme. We are not in the hamburger business. We are in the real estate business. Kroc created the Franchise Realty Corporation, which bought plots of land and then leased them to the franchisees. Each restaurant owner paid not only for the franchise but also rented the land from Kroc's company at above-market rates. Today, McDonald's gets about 82% of its profits from real estate and only 18% from selling food. With assets of over $30 billion, McDonald's is one of the largest commercial real estate owners in the world. This model gave Kroc absolute power. If a franchisee didn't meet the corporation's standards or tried to be independent, Kroc would simply not renew the land lease, destroying their business. By 1961, Kroc was obsessed with total control. The McDonald brothers still owned the original restaurant and the name, and they strictly controlled any changes to the menu. What's most shocking is that in his autobiography, Ray Kroc didn't even mention the McDonald brothers as the founders. He completely appropriated their story and their ideas. In 1967, McDonald's expanded beyond the US, opening restaurants in Canada. By the 1970s, the chain had spread across the globe. Today, McDonald's is the most recognizable fast food brand on the planet. In 1986, The Economist magazine created the Big Mac Index, an economic tool for comparing the purchasing power of different currencies. To ensure a stable supply of meat at low prices, McDonald's effectively rebuilt the entire meat industry, creating a system of factory farming with horrific conditions for the animals. McDonald's was one of the first to realize the power of marketing to children. In 1963, Ronald McDonald the Clown appeared, And in 1979, the first Happy Meal with a toy inside was introduced. If you win over a child between the ages of 4 and 7, you get a customer for life. The company uses carefully planned psychological tricks. Bright colors like red and yellow stimulate appetite. The smell is intentionally vented outside. Playgrounds are placed so that children will beg their parents to stop. A 2010 study showed that children recognize the McDonald's logo before they recognize their own name. And internal company documents revealed a heavy user strategy, marketing aimed at attracting people who eat at McDonald's 4 to 5 times a week, despite the obvious health risks. We don't sell food, we sell happiness, belonging, and status. The burgers are just the vehicle for the emotion. The link between McDonald's beef suppliers and the mass deforestation of the Amazon rainforest has been documented. To raise cattle and grow soy, the basis of animal feed, thousands of hectares of forest are destroyed every year. Every burger has a hidden environmental cost that we will all eventually pay. Internal documents revealed during lawsuits showed that McDonald's intentionally increased portion sizes despite knowing the health consequences for consumers. In 1994, 80-year-old Stella Liebeck suffered third-degree burns from McDonald's coffee, which was heated to a scalding 88 degrees Celsius, a temperature that causes severe burns in seconds. Instead of admitting the danger, the company launched a massive PR campaign to discredit the victim and portray the case as an example of frivolous lawsuits. McDonald's knew their coffee was causing serious burns, but considered it an acceptable risk. And what about the employees? For decades, McDonald's has fought against unions and raising the minimum wage. The term McJob has entered the dictionary as a definition of a low-paying job with no future. In 2014, thousands of McDonald's workers went on strike, demanding a living wage. Internal documents showed the company advising employees to get a second job and to turn off their heating to survive on their salary. The story of McDonald's reveals the dark side of the American dream. The McDonald brothers created a revolutionary fast food system out of a love for innovation. Ray Kroc turned it into a global empire out of a lust for power and money. Today, McDonald's is trying to change its image. A healthier menu, environmental initiatives, better working conditions. But can you truly change a corporate culture founded on the principle, if my competitor is drowning, I'll stick a hose in his mouth? Every time you see the golden arches, remember the real creators, the McDonald brothers, and think about the price we all pay for quick and cheap pleasure. The next time you see a McDonald's commercial with smiling people, remember the McDonald brothers, the Amazon rainforests, the minimum wage workers, and an 80-year-old woman with third-degree burns. Because the real price of a Big Mac is much, much higher than what's listed on the menu.